Hey guys, it's me, Brittany, and I just decided to set my phone up and record this video. I have a blog post which will be linked in the description box below if you are not interested in watching the video of me explaining everything, but you rather just read through my thoughts and opinions. That will be available. But in this video, we're talking about Meghan Markle and her new show, Woth Love, Meghan. And the reason why all of this came about, to be very honest, was my social media, as soon as the show hit Netflix, was very critical. And as somebody who doesn't have a much opinion on Meghan, like, I'm not a Meghan hater, but I'm also not a Meghan supporter. It's where I was wondering, like, are people actually this upset about her for a good reason? Or is this just online bullying? And that's what we're going to be talking about right now, because I know everybody's opinion might be a little bit different, but I just wanted to share how I felt after watching the show. The main moment that I said, okay, boom, turned on the TV to watch it, was when I saw an Instagram post talking about that Meghan filmed the show on another piece of property and they felt she was being very unrelatable, unauthentic, because she did not film it in her actual home. And as somebody who has, a security camera for safety, and somebody who does vlog inside my house at times, I have decided there's areas of my home that I will never show on any type of post, a image, a video, and that's for safety reasons. So whenever people were complaining about that, I did not understand it, because if I was in her shoes, married to the person I was married to, living in the class that she is, I too would rent a property. I would not want a blueprint of my home for everyone to see. You can easily Google AI search where she lives at, and there is a Google, like that Google Live, where you could get like the Google Earth image of. So you can already see the outside of her property from the last time that Google Earth image was shared. It may not be as updated as it was, but it's still, the fact of the matter is, I understand why she did not film in her own home. And the house that she used as her film set, that's what that house is for. It is a rental for people who are doing like company parties or weddings or wedding receptions. You can rent that property. It's not like she kicked someone out of their actual home. The home is used for the exact reason she provided. And I think the home was a beautiful home. It matched the aesthetic and the vibe I think Meghan is going for with this brand. And it filmed beautifully. The lighting, there's so much natural lighting. The home is a very open floor plan where you didn't have to feel like very claustrophobic watching it. It felt like a very open, peaceful space. It was decorated quite well. I really enjoyed the property. I envy it. I think a lot of Americans who would love that little slice of land, that little slice of pie, to have their own like kitchen garden and stuff, would watch it and think that's a beautiful home. Like, that's a beautiful kitchen. I think it was very inspiring. So, transitioning from that, the next thing people were really upset about was just the fact that people feel she is copying Gwyneth Paltrow and Pamela Anderson. Those are two of many people that they are really targeting, but they're personally targeting those two the most. And I think it's because Meghan is kind of like in that same celebrity industry as them. She's also kind of near maybe their age range. I think Meghan might be the youngest out of the three, but I think people were they're just being a little bit too critical on that. If you look at Gwyneth's brand Goop, she doesn't have a TV show on Netflix, first of all. And it's a very wealthy brand in the sense that she only shares blog posts of super expensive clothing and accessories and beauty and health items. The cooking that she shows is very like insanely expensive grocery store items and expensive recipes. There's that Irwin grocery brand that's in California that sells like the $19 strawberry. I feel like that's like Gwyneth. That is the brand Goop. the $19 strawberry would represent the brand Goop perfectly well. It's ridiculous and it's expensive. So I think Goop is for this insanely wealthy class system that wants to be told what is trendy and wants to be told what the newest skincare procedure is on the market. Now talking about Pamela's brand and her cookbook, Meghan has not came out with a cookbook yet. I don't honestly see Meghan doing a cookbook. A lot of the recipes in the first 8 episodes you can easily find on Pinterest. I don't know how authentic they are to actually being 100% hers or inspired by someone else's. But when it comes to Pamela's, a lot of the recipes in her cookbook are truly hers, but also Pamela's brand, the aesthetic of her brand and her show is that very farmstead, off the grid type farm living. And all of her recipes are very much in the realm of eating a very vegan, organic lifestyle, where Meghan is kind of like, I don't want to say in the middle, because she isn't really showcasing super expensive products for people to buy. She is wearing a combination of attainable clothing, but also very expensive clothing. She does flash around her very expensive jewelry, but I think that's very much Meghan. Those pieces represent her. They are a part of her second skin, you would say. Sort of like my wedding ring right here. I wear it every single day. It's, you know, it's a part of me. And I feel like those pieces of jewelry are a part of her. It's a part of what makes her feel comfortable. And that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. But her brand, I feel like it's a combination of like California meets homey farmhouse. And I think the farmhouse part mainly comes from the property, having a greenhouse, having a kitchen garden. But if you look at the pots and pans she's using and the wine that she's drinking and just the outdoor al fresco meals that she does, I think it's very California vibe. So I don't see her copying. I think each lady is in their own lane, even down to if you want to try to compare her to Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart is in her own lane. She's doing that very Nantucket. She's the OG of this whole world of cooking and hosting and party host. She's in a totally different bubble, and I don't think Meghan would even be close to being similar to it at the end of the day. So that was another thing I noticed people were complaining a lot about. Then there was the complaints of her not being relatable and the things that she's showcasing that nobody can incorporate into their daily lives, which I think is the biggest bogus ever. Because one of the episodes, she talks about making a balloon arch, which if you are hosting a bachelorette, hosting a baby shower, or you have kids, a balloon arch is an option that you're going to use for decorating and most likely either hire someone to do it, which is very costly, or attempt to do it yourself. What she did is the do-it-yourself method, and she showed a product that she purchased online to help her blow up the balloons, and then a special tape that you hook the balloons to save a lot of time and a lot of energy, which I think anyone could agree on. A lot of the recipes were easy to get items, under an hour prep time, cook time, and you know, I didn't see a lot of issues. I did not see a lot of issues. I know some people complain about the little kids gift bags for the garden party, but if you were doing a garden party for a kid, you would probably put some DIY gardening items in that gift bag with some sticker sheets, maybe a piece or two of candy, and that. So yeah, and the hors d'oeuvres and the treats that she had, food-wise, drink-wise, for this garden party episode, I would have done the same thing. I would have done the exact same thing. So I don't know why people are saying it's very unrelatable and unattainable. If anything, her guest, Mindy, saying like she hires someone to do all her decorating for parties and events. Now that's unattainable. Meghan, she listed out some tips and tricks. I don't know. I guess my main takeaway from it is people saying like that she's unrelatable, unattainable, that the show just was in poor taste and a cost of living crisis. I get it's a very costly world we're living in right now, but I feel like her show had a lot of opportunities and ways that she tried to meet in the middle. A lot of us can't afford to host a lot of parties or just host a random event just because, but I think there was things in there that you can easily add. For example, there's an episode that they're making candles, and all of us can order some wax or go into a craft store and purchase some wax, melt it down, add some essential oils, put it in a jar, and make a DIY candle to give as a gift. A lot of us can go buy Epsom salts and some lavender oil and make our own really nice, relaxing bath soak. I don't see what was so unattainable about some of this stuff, other than like having a girls' night with like 3 or 4 girlfriends and making them each their own special blend of a margarita. That might be a little bit out of the league of some people. I know it would be for me because I don't personally have 4 girlfriends in the neighborhood that I could call to come over and do a taco night. But if I was visiting family and I was wanting to host a special party, I would actually pull some of the tips and tricks from these episodes to be able to incorporate, to make it feel like I was thinking of everyone and wanting to give everyone a special touch of care and compassion. So I really personally liked it, and I think they did a good job. Now, they said they were going to do a season 2. I think season 2's already been filmed. I honestly think Netflix filmed 16 episodes, but whenever Meghan got word that her brand, her preserves, there's a some tea that she's going to be selling. There's also some of the flower sprinkles, which is something that she used a lot in all the episodes. I think when she got word that the production company is going to have that stuff ready, they split it in half and said, we'll do 8 episodes, and in these first 8 episodes, you will showcase all the items. We'll launch the brand where people could buy the items. The next group of episodes will be incorporating some of these items, but adding new items, and they're just going to piece it together like so. I honestly hope there's more than 2 seasons. I really hope that she does a episode where she does kind of like a day of my life at home, like what she has for breakfast, what she does during lunch, maybe like an afternoon activity that she enjoys doing, or like the perfect family dinner for a family dinner night. Maybe like a tablescape plan, like how to incorporate, you know, the outside in and make like the perfect like outdoor summertime table setup. I think there's a lot of opportunity there that she could maybe do. And like I said, I'm not like the biggest Meghan Markle fan, but I want to see everyone be successful. And you know, maybe this is Meghan's thing. Her blog, The Tig, always back in the day, that you could still find the archives online. Her old blog, The Tig, has cooking recipes. It has wine recommendations to go with the perfect drinks, or, you know, the perfect girls' night outfits and what to do. And so she's always kind of done those things, and it relates very well with the Netflix show. I feel like if I dig through her archives, I would find a pizza pasta recipe, or I would find, you know, a list of the wines that she would recommend on your next trip to Cabo or something. Like, I feel like there's something there that the show is also like going hand in hand with that makes a lot of sense. I don't really understand why she didn't incorporate the Tig a little bit more, like use the Tig name since she owns the rights to it. And I don't know why this new brand doesn't match the show's name. I feel like they should have all kind of went hand in hand, because the Tig is the Tig, and then the show is called Woth Love Meghan, and then the actual store products that she's going to be creating is called As Ever. I just feel like they could have all went together a little bit differently name-wise, but that's not me. That's not me to complain. It's her brand, but I honestly enjoyed it. I think it was a beautiful show to watch. I think her outfits were quite lovely. I would like to create some of those. I know some of the stuff was very expensive, but I know I could find similar pieces online. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, give me a follow. My social medias are linked below. And if you wanted to read my written version of this, it will be linked below as well. If this video is a little bit too long, you could go over there and just read all of this because I wrote it all out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.